Let's show you what the possibilities now are as far as what this soldier was doing on the Indian side of the line of actual control, and we'll tell you the likelihoods of what's happening. The Indian Army has put out a statement saying that he strayed across and he was given help, but let's just give you the possibilities. Possibility number one is that he actually just strayed across, accidentally got disoriented at those high altitudes. Now, this is very likely because the Indian Army has said they gave him help and they actually rescued him and protected him, and it's likely that he strayed across. Possibility number two, and remember, until the investigation is over, these remain possibilities, that the soldier was on an espionage mission to report on Indian Army preparedness in the Demchok area. This is under investigation right now. And possibility number three is that he was on some kind of a sabotage mission to disrupt Indian Army activities or assets in that particular area. This is also currently being investigated. Now I want to show you what the protocol is. The two armies are in an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation for 167 days and counting. So what is the protocol that the Indian Army needs to go through now that it has captured a Chinese soldier? Number one, obviously, body search for documents and possessions. That's where they found his name, his identity card, and some military and civil documents. Then there is a full detailed interrogation of the soldier, which is on, I can confirm, right now as we speak in Ladakh at an undisclosed location. The Indian Army has received a communication, a request from the Chinese Army saying, we have a missing soldier, have you been able to locate him? The Indian Army communicates to the PLA at the border post and say, yes, he is in our possession, and there's some proof is also shared to show that the soldier is in good condition and is being treated well. Finally, there is an intelligence debrief, which is very important because intelligence agencies in such a situation will have to sign off on the particular troops' return back across the line of actual control. And then there's final paperwork and formalities, after which the soldier is then handed back to the Chinese authorities. And that's going to happen in the Chushul Moldo in the next day or so, is what we are given to believe. Gaurav, very professional handling by the Indian Army in a tense situation. One would think that the capture of a Chinese soldier in an area like Demchok, which has been quite restive, would probably be quite an escalatory event. But the Indian Army has handled it extremely professionally. But the investigation into this particular soldier, we are told, is still on.
It indeed is, Shiv. So Corporal Wang Yalong straight across is what the Chinese army says. He was disoriented. He had to be given food, medicines, warm water, and clothing, high altitude clothing. He had to be provided some clothing. So which is where, the army needs to figure out what was his mission, whether he actually strayed across, which is what the Chinese claim, and he himself also claims. All of that is being ascertained even as you and I speak. But, some other information about what battalion was he from, what was his trade, what was he doing there, how long had he been deployed there. All of that information will also be gleaned before the two armies meet at Chushul Moldo. Chinese, of course, have claimed him. They claim he's straight across, so he would then be handed over to the Chinese. You're absolutely right. Not an escalatory step, at least as of now. You'd recall it's happened twice before.
Yes.
Two incidents around Galwan where soldiers were repatriated through that military channel. Yes. And kept out of the media glare. So that's what the forces are doing, trying to ensure that tempers are kept down, emotions are kept down, and then let's see whether around the 8th round of talks between the two commanders, whether there are steps that are taken for disengagement, de-induction, yes, and, reduction of tension at LAC.